Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to show today how I'm going to make a fire escape for a building. It could be any building. This in particular, this one is a DPM kit and it's ready. I foolishly did that's a bit better, did a video where I put one of these together and I put the fire escape on before I assembled it. And somebody quite correctly pointed out to me that that was a arse about way of doing it, which it was. So first thing you're going to do is choose where you want, if you want it around the back, fire escape or an access ladder, or if you want it around one of the sides. Now the thing is, a lot of fire escapes have a ladder that once you get onto the ladder, it moves down, prevents people getting up the ladder from in the street below. But a lot of times now, back alleys and gates are gated off, and the gated communities, so people can't get down there, and there's CCTV. So you can make them with a pivoting ladder if you want, or you can make them, with a permanent ladder, especially if there's a doorway up there that people need to use regular. And so I'll show you how I'm going to do it. That's a kit, a one we've got out. I'm going to use these cheap, easy kits, and it's a piece of cake, honestly. I use locomotive access ladders, pedestrian railings, modern trackside walkway or grating kit, and it's a piece of cake to use those to make something like this. It's a wonderful, wonderful example. I've 3D printed the brackets, but you can buy brackets if you don't want to buy printed parts or you haven't got a printer. And they do look great when they're on, if I do say so myself. So it's all good fun. It's very, very easy, very simple and straightforward. So we're going to put one together. I'm going to talk you through it as we go. So thank you all very much for looking in. First of all, these. And I'll put a link to all of these items below the video, and if you do want to buy them and you use my link, it helps my channel out because there is a small commission. When we get enough commission, we will use it to buy something. Now for a two-storey building, it's going to come from the first floor up straight down to the street, so we don't need a gap in the grating or anything where a ladder's got to come down. Steps have got to come down, then you run down and get some more steps. So a single piece will do. We cut through here just to release it from the card. Jimmy, don't start or I will cover you up, mate. Hopefully that'll pop out well enough, and that's the start. Simple as that. That's the basic thing. We'll come down a bit now. That forms the base. These railings made by the same company. These are pedestrian railings. What you get in this, in the street to stop when there's crowds of people, to stop anyone wandering into the road or crossing the road in a dangerous spot. That's when they use these railings. Oh God, devil's work to open it. Let's get it. There we go. Conveniently, one of these lengths actually is the same, just the right size for the grating, the grid, and it works out well for that. So we'll separate it because we only need one of these. Pull that out of the old sprue, and we'll have one for the end. You can either use one of the half pieces that's in, or you can cut a full one in two, doesn't matter which. They both work equally as well. So we'll pop that one out if we can. Just one more nodule left there. It's important to have a sharp knife for these kits. They're only cheap kits, and the laser cut, they're perfect, and so it makes it dead easy. It makes it dead easy and dead cheap. So we just snip the legs off, because I have left legs on before and they look a bit stupid, and so it's better to snip them off. We're going to get some glue. Now you've got to make your mind up which side to leave open for the ladder to come down either side, you know. You've got to make your mind up which way you want the ladder to come down. So we'll be back in a sec when I've sorted my next piece out. Right, I'm going to use this stuff, which is laser cut kit glue. I'll put a link down here to this as well. And this does a brilliant job for the laser cards. I've made my mind up where it's going to go, and the ladder's going to come off the right hand side. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of this glue on here. This glue comes with the applicator, and it is very good. Jimmy, shut up. It's easy to line up. You just line it up so that the piece that's going onto the wall is flush with the edge. It's going to touch right up to the wall, and the next piece will run along here. Paint it all up after the effect, you know, after we've done it. Now the next piece is going to be building the ladder up. And I'll just put some glue onto that bit. I'm going to build the ladder up, and that takes a while. I'll show you the start of it, and then we'll work it out from there. So just got to put these, make sure these go together. And it's a really simple but effective and good. Look at that, how smart that looks now. And that's going to be a couple of brackets underneath against the wall. Fantastic. You put a little figure stud on there. Out the back, you're having a cigarette or something. Jimmy, sod off. Horrible parrot. Right, so we'll look at the ladder next, and then we'll start again. Now the next part is this ladder kit. And it's made for people to climb to the top of a loco in the workshops and stuff, but you can adapt them to anything you want. And the first piece is this plate, and it's the foot plate at the very top of the ladder, little platform, and I've damaged that a bit, but it's like that checker plate stuff. You've got to glue them in right on this part here. That's where they're going to go. Just a tiny bit of glue along there, and we just sit it in. Jimmy, I'm going to strangulate you, you horrible parrot. And then we've got loads of steps. They're exactly the same with this checker plate stuff. I'm going to glue all those, and I'll get back to you, and we'll talk about locating it and finishing off the bits after we put the steps in. Be tedious for you to sit here and watch all the steps going together, but I'll do that and come back. And we're back. So I've put the ladder together. It's fiddly, but it's not difficult. That looks okay. We're getting the gist of it. Now, obviously you want the side with the rail to be on the outside, not against the wall, and that bit's going to go against the wall, so it doesn't matter what the finish looks like down there, because it's going to be fastened to the wall. This side though, oops, doesn't look as good, and so they've very kindly put this in the kit, and that goes and fixes along there, covers it up and makes it look very nice. So I'll just put a bit of glue. It's good stuff, this rocket laser cut glue. It's part of the deluxe materials rocket glue, and you could use rocket card glue. I do have that, but I got this to try it out, and it works wonderfully. Really good. Purpose made for the exact thing what you can see, you know. And so that tidies that edge up, looks wonderful. And we just need the piece that goes in there, which is a little cardboard cutout piece. A bit of glue, bit of glue, a bit of glue along there like that. Glue that on. And Bob's your uncle. It's ready to fly. As they say, we're cooking with gas. That's ready to go. Oops, almost. And now that will meet up with this. And we'll put a tiny piece of fence there to guide that gap so nobody falls out over the gap. In the next video, I'm going to give it a quick paint, weather, and stick the brackets on, and we'll fix it to the building. Thank you all ever so much for looking in. I do appreciate each and every one of you, all my subscribers and new subscribers. Thank you all very much. I will put the links down below to these products and everything we've used. And thank you for staying with me. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye for now, my friends, and do take care. Bye bye now.